Ronald Koeman has a big job and a lot of important decisions ahead of him, and he might have just made the first one of many. Reports claim Barcelona is willing to terminate Luis Suarez's contract. Hello guys, welcome back to El Merengue Culé. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the Barcelona lineup, the Barcelona squad list, see which players have to stay, which players have to leave. With that being said, this will be a three-part video. So today will be the first part. In tomorrow's video, we will see the actual starting 11 under Koeman with different players in different positions and what we will expect out of Koeman and what changes must be made in order for this Barca team to succeed. In the third day, we will talk about some potential transfer rumors that have been floating around, and trust me guys, there has been a whole bunch. We will go player by player, pros and cons, where they will fit into the starting lineup, and whether or not Barcelona can afford them. So definitely stay tuned. Guys, if I'm being honest, I don't expect this series to do as well as the reaction videos. Historically, our reaction videos tend to get more views and likes. Also, it is a sensitive topic and it is hard to talk about because we are going to have to let go of some of our Barcelona legends, some of our vacas sagradas, and it will not be easy. With that being said, guys, if you enjoy these types of videos, please hit a thumbs up and let me know that you do enjoy these types of videos. And with that being said, it's sweeping day, it's cleaning day. Let's get started. Alright guys, before we go player by player in the squad list to see who stays and who leaves, I will like to note that our transfer window for La Liga ends October the 5th. That means we do have a little bit over a month to make some potential signings and also to sell some players. We, Barcelona, cannot keep putting time aside. We have to start making some moves. Also guys, I will be noting a lot of player salaries because Barcelona is one of the clubs with the highest player salaries and we are currently shooting ourselves in the foot because of it. I will also be talking about their contract and when it expires because that also kind of changes the course of actions for each individual player. So first up on our list, we have Marc-Andre ter Stegen, whose wage is 8.5 million a year and his contract ends in 2022. For me, an easy stay. In my opinion, he is the best goalkeeper in the world. However, I am a Barcelona fan. I am super biased. Next up, we have Neto. And for me, I love the way Neto plays. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. But I do think Barcelona could make good money out of selling him. However, Marc-Andre ter Stegen is currently hurt and will be hurt for the first few weeks or months into La Liga. So while I originally would have said Neto probably should be looking for another team for this season at least, I will definitely keep him. We don't want to be exposed. Next up, we have Iñaki Peña. Iñaki Peña is 21 years old. He is young. He has a lot of talent, and he's willing to work hard for it. So for me, an easy keep. He is definitely someone that it's hard for him to get minutes at this Barcelona team. But as a club, we have to start allowing the younglings to play, to gain some experience under the belt, and to start becoming world-class players. Next on the list, we have Lenglet. For me, Lenglet is a player that goes under the radars of big clubs, plays fantastic, and only charges 2.7 million, 25 years old. His contract expires in 2023. Easy stay in my books. Next up, we have Samuel Umtiti. Guys, Umtiti at one point was a very good player. 26 years old, but quite honestly, he plays like a 36 years old. His wage is 12 million euros, which is frankly way too much. Yes, Samuel Umtiti did pick up a lot of injuries. However, he has not been able to come back the same. So for me, I'm sorry, Samuel Umtiti, it's time to part ways. Next up, we have our first of many vacas sagradas, Barcelona legends that have been with us and won a lot of trophies. And the first one is Gerard Piqué. Now this is a bit of a hard one, and he went out and said after the Bayern Munich loss that he will be the first player, if Barcelona needs him to leave, he will be the first one to step away from the club. However, with that being said, I don't think this is the year for him to leave. I think he still has a role at Barcelona. He currently charges under 12 million euros, which is a bit excessive and definitely baggage for the club as a whole. He is 33 years old, so he is on the older end of the spectrum, and his contract does expire in 2022. However, he had a good season. He definitely started the majority of our games, but next season I would like to see him transition into more of a secondary role as the season progresses. This transition has to be done slowly and carefully. I think he can definitely bring a lot of the young defenders under his wing and teach them how to be world-class center backs and defenders as a whole. So in my opinion, I will give him one more year at Barcelona, but this year that he has left, it has to be a transition year for both him and the club. Next up on the list, we have Todibo, currently at loan at Schalke. He is 20 years old with a lot of potential, very young. For me, if Barcelona is willing to take some minutes away from Piqué and allow young players like Todibo to step up and start gaining confidence, start gaining minutes and experience, then totally, for sure, bring them back to the Barcelona team. If we're not willing to do that this year, then quite honestly, no. Next up, we have Ronald Araujo. He is 21 years old, and towards the end of this season, he did start getting more and more minutes. Quite honestly, he impressed me. He proved to me that he works well with Lenglet. He is fast, he is strong, he is young, and has a lot of potential ahead of him. For me, it's an easy stay at Barcelona, and again, we have to start giving him more and more minutes. Next up on the list, we have Jordi Alba. And initially, I would have said it's time to part ways. However, I do think he has a role in Koeman's squad. However, with that being said, I think he's in a similar boat with Piqué. He charges under 9 million euros, which is a bit high. However, I think it's time to start transitioning away from him and start giving younger players a bit more experience and a bit more time. Next up on the list, we have Nelson Semedo. Nelson Semedo charges 3 million euros, which is not bad at all. I think for a player of his caliber, 26 years old, very fast, a good defender, agile, adds a lot to the attack. For me, Nelson Semedo is an easy keep. Next up, we have Sergio Roberto. He's an interesting player. He is very versatile. He can play right back, he can play center mid, outside mid. Honestly, he can play anywhere in the midfield. With that being said, I think he's past his prime. Yes, he can play a lot of positions, but he doesn't really excel at any. I mean, at outside back, he's not the best of defenders. I mean, he gave up a crucial goal against Bayern Munich. He's not the best of attackers. I mean, comparing him against players like Alphonso Davies that he can just attack and be a threat up top. Charging 10 million euros a year is quite frankly too high for me. I think it's time to part ways with him. Next up on the list, we have Sergio Busquets. Guys, I thought he had a good season, and I do love Sergio Busquets. However, he is past his prime. Year after year, his level is declining, and I do think it's time to start parting ways. Guys, it hurts. It really does hurt, but it's time. He charges 15 million euros. I think it's time to part ways. Next up on the list, guys, we have Frankie de Jong. Charges 21 million euros a year, which is very high. I'm not gonna lie. However, I think he is gonna be one of the key players under Ronald Koeman. I think he will definitely be stepping up to be one of the future captains or leaders at Barcelona. For me, he has a huge potential ahead of him. 23 years old. For me, it's an easy keep. Next up on the list, we have Riqui Puig. And guys, if you've seen any of my Barcelona pre-games or post-game videos of La Liga, you know how much I love him. Every time he comes on the field, he brings on energy. He brings on youth. He chases down every ball. And is quite frankly a player I love to watch. I think game after game he's improved. He's gaining a lot more confidence. And he looks comfortable out there on the field, guys. For me, Riqui Puig is an easy keep. Next on the list, we have Ivan Rakitic. Honestly, his level is not what it was before a few years ago. And charging 13 million euros a year is quite frankly way too much. Ronald Koeman has said that he does not count with Ivan Rakitic. It is time to go. Next up on the list, we have Arturo Vidal. Arturo Vidal charges 9 million euros, which is honestly a little bit high, especially for his age. He's currently 33 years old. He had a very good season, and I do think he still has a lot left to offer at Barcelona. With that being said, his contract expires in 2021, so unfortunately, I do think it's time to part ways with him. If we can get 10, 15 million euros out of him, I think that would be fantastic. Currently, Juventus are interested in him, and Ronald Koeman has told them that he will not be counting on him for next season. So unfortunately, I think we will have to part ways with Arturo Vidal this season. Next up, guys, we have Ansu Fati, the 17-year-old wonder kid. Currently, he plays left wing at Barcelona, and I would like to see him start playing striker. I think he shows that natural striker's instinct. He knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. For me, it's an easy stay. I don't think Barcelona are even thinking of selling him at all. Next up, we have Messi. And guys, trust me, this one's super controversial. His wage is about 71 million euros a year, which is way too much. Honestly, it is hurting us a lot. but realistically, I don't see him leaving. Barcelona has said and told other clubs that are interested in him, if you want to buy him, you have to pay his release clause, which in this economy, no team can afford. So I don't see Messi leaving this season. However, the issue comes with his contract. His contract expires in 2021, meaning if he plays this season and wants to leave next season, we will not get any money out of him. And honestly, Barcelona needs to get money out of him if selling him is in their interests. I think it's time to start depending on him a little bit less. It's time to start giving new players a little bit more of that captain, more leadership roles as a team. However, I do think we can count on Messi for at least this season. I don't see him leaving this current season, and I'm excited to see what he can do next season. Next up on the list, we have Ousmane Dembele, a player who time and time again keeps getting injured. Charges currently 12 million euros a year, which is a little bit high. However, when healthy, Ousmane Dembele is a tremendous player. He knows how to terrorize defenses, and 23 years old, has his whole career ahead of him. For me, Ousmane Dembele deserves at least another year of opportunity, and for me, I will keep him at Barcelona for next season. Next up, we have Antoine Griezmann, and even though he does charge 45 million euros a year, which is a lot, especially for the season he had, I don't think we played him in the right position, and I think he still has a whole lot to offer to the Barcelona team. For me, Griezmann is an easy keep. Koeman has said that he plans on playing him central, where he has played his best at Atletico in France. I think he's over that adapting point, and I think he will start becoming more of a leader of Barcelona. I love his attitude time and time again. He has proven he has a great attitude. For me, Antoine Griezmann, stay. Next up on the list, we have Luis Suarez. Guys, Luis Suarez is for sure a Barcelona legend. Charges 23 million euros a year, which is honestly quite high. He has gained a lot of power in the locker room, and honestly, right now, he demands to play every minute of every game. And let's be honest, guys, in terms of physical form, he is not at that point anymore in his career. He is past his prime. He went out and said that he is willing to accept a more secondary role, which I think it's good. And in that role, I do think he could offer a lot more to Barca than he does right now. However, with that being said, his contract expires in 10 months. And let's be real, if we can get some money out of him, we definitely need that money. Ronald Koeman went out and told him that he will not be counting on him for next season. So I'm sorry, Luis Suarez, as much as I love you, it is time to part ways. And our final player, Martin Braithwaite, I respect the attitude he had. We got him to replace Suarez while Suarez was hurt last season, but let's be real, Martin Braithwaite does not have a spot on this Barcelona team, and I think Barcelona will definitely be looking to get some money out of him. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a big thumbs up. Reminder, tomorrow I will be doing part 2 of a 3-part series in which we will actually go over the starting 11 under Ronald Koeman, what formations he will probably be playing, and what he can do at Barcelona to dig us out of this hole that we are currently in. With that being said, guys, thank you if you made it all the way to the end of the video. A big thank you. And as always, guys, Visca Barça!